All right, welcome to Base Boys Media, where the most based views come to life. We are pro-God, pro-America, anti-communism. I am Zane.
And I'm Micah, and we're here to bring you only the best, the most true entertainment around.
I love it, man. This is going to be one of the best podcasts out there. We are on our very first episode, pilot. So thank you for watching on this very first episode. We're hoping that we don't get banned. There's a very good possibility that we're going to get banned.
Well, that's
especially
the problem.
on YouTube, because YouTube is just a devil.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with speaking truth, is they want to take you down if you're telling people what's actually going on. When you're really awakening the people, they want to take you down because they want to keep you subdued.
Yeah. Really.
So, Zane, what are Base Boys about? What is our core values? What are we trying to put forward?
Well, we really want to move the Word of God. We are Christian-based. As you can see, we are based boys. Actually men, but we go by base boys, inherently enough. Okay, so we just love God. We love the Word of God, and we just truly believe it's the most solid moral code in the entire world. You can call us base. You can call us Christian nationalists. You can call us whatever. We really don't care. The only person that judges us is God. And what do you have to add on that, Micah?
There's three things that are important to us: God, our America, our family. Those are the three things that really matter. Everything else is trivial. And any label that anyone gives us, I don't really care. I perform for an audience of one. And now, with Base Boys Media, all of you guys out there as well.
Yeah, millions of people coming to you one of these days.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. But I can't change my morals because there's only one God I believe in, and I'm going to work for him and share the gospel and also awaken the people to what's really going on.
Wow, Micah, your rhetoric is not very conducive with a life of degeneracy.
I know. It's kind of hateful towards sin, right?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
Oh, ban us probably.
Ban us. Yeah, I'm really hoping we get to a point where Media Matters writes a hit piece that is like the goal. Most people I don't want that attention, but honestly, that just comes with the territory with what we're doing. I mean, anything that's pro-God, pro-Christian, pro-American nowadays is you see all these hit pieces on Media Matters, the news, you get labeled as a alt-right conservative, when we're really just kind of traditional values are what we do is normal. Like, we're just trying to conserve America and save America. And I don't really think America has a plan, to be quite honest with you, Micah. But God does.
That's so true. Only God has the ability to save us. We're a Christian nation. We are a nation founded on godly principles. I don't necessarily think that any idea can save us besides the faith in the one. We were built on faith. We will be rebuilt on faith. There's an old saying, it's either the Great Reset or it is the Great Awakening. I choose the Great Awakening every time.
Wait, you're telling me you don't want to eat the bugs with Klaus Schwab?
Maybe a few bugs, but just as a fun experiment. See, I go to other places to try a bug and go like, ooh, so cool. They eat bugs here. We eat beef. We're red-blooded Americans. Only bugs I want are the ones that are outside.
Very well. Those crickets have lots of protein in them.
I'll leave the bugs to you.
Okay, I'll take the bugs. Awesome. Well, we want to go ahead and get into our first story here. So, this is one everyone's dying to talk about. Man, who do you got in this 2024 election? Well, I would say, who do you have for the Republican candidacy for 2024 election? We got Daddy Don versus Meatball Ron.
Ooh.
Who we got, Micah?
Well, I have to go with Donald Trump every single time. He has not let down the American people. He has always told us the truth. He is awakening the masses. He is a man full of charisma and full of truly great policies. He's been nominated for 4 Nobel Peace Prizes for his amazing foreign policy. Who else has done that? Who else has gotten the Abraham Accords? Peace in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. That has never been done. That's a joke that we've seen on every single TV show about, they'll get peace in the Middle East. Yeah, right. He did that with groundbreaking policies. And also walking through North Korea, he did something that no one else has ever done. No president has ever done in American history. He did. He created great relations with us. We weren't worried about nuclear war with North Korea. Now we're starting to question going, hey, what are they up to again? When he was president, we didn't think about that. We're in a time of economic prosperity, a time of peace, time of Americans doing well. Where are we right now? We're not doing well.
Sleepy Joe, man. Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe's got to go. So what about you? Are you
Man, I would say the first thing I like about Donald Trump is he's a businessman. Most people don't like that because they think businessmen, rich people's cons, especially the left. They've been taught their whole life that people in business are just shady people. Yeah, there's shady business people. And I'm not saying Trump doesn't have any corrupt business dealings. I mean, most people that have billions of dollars do. But as far as his economy, he runs the country like a business. No politicians do that. Politicians don't know that. They just know policy and bureaucracy, and they just want to create these big branches of government that really don't serve the American people. Trump puts America first, and he leads an economy that actually proves to work for people. You can fact check me on that. I mean, statistically, he outperformed Obama on pretty much every metric when it comes to the economy. I mean, he didn't care about any of the social woke stuff that Obama ushered in a lot of.
Do you remember the famous Obama quote? What is he gonna do? Wave a magic wand and make it throw over 3%? And then
my fellow Americans.
Yeah, then Donald Trump came in and made the GDP 4%. He blew past his joke. He said a joke, over 3%, and Donald Trump took it to 4% GDP growth. He made the economy blow up. It was the best time, the strongest the American economy has ever been.
Yeah, well, the sad thing is everyone looking at the whole Russian investigation that Hillary Clinton and Obama brought about him is just quite ridiculous. But the first thing I want to go to is I just want to compare Ron DeSantis with Donald Trump's website. I know it's early, but what did you think? Did you get a chance to watch the other night with Donald Trump?
I did. I ended up hearing about the DeSantis before I actually watched it because everyone was talking about disaster. I was like, okay, everyone's being hyperbolic. And then I listened to it, and I was like, that was bad. It was probably one of the most boring political speeches I've ever heard. And the problem is Donald Trump has made political speeches fun. Political speeches used to be that. The political speeches used to be what DeSantis used to do, and only the most boring people would listen to him. Donald Trump has raised us to expect greater from a politician. He's raised the bar. And DeSantis, I almost said Ronald
and Donald, man.
Ronald and Donald. I was thinking Ronald Reagan. See, Donald Trump is kind of like a Ronald Reagan, where he's interesting to listen to. He is a fascinating orator. He's able to speak to the people. He's able to make people laugh. But Donald Trump is just I would say even better than Donald. Is even better than Ronald.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
DeSantis
has zero charisma. I mean, I really think the man needs some sort of media training. He just doesn't bring the energy, and I think most people are going to vote off of the energy of the president because, let's be honest, most people are just kind of low information. You can disagree with me there, but I just feel like people vote on very basic issues. They don't look at the big picture. But yeah, his charisma, you hear people that talk to him. I mean, we work around people that know Donald Trump, and like, they say that he's just the most charismatic dude. And he seems like he cares, and like he can go shake hands with people when he's at these rallies. And like no other president has ever been as connected with the people as I think Donald Trump is. He really connects with the working class American. But as far as DeSantis, dude, I think it's really ridiculous that they decided to do a Twitter launch with the whole thing because, I mean, let's be honest. What is this, 1946? Like, are we launching a presidency on the radio? Like, I mean, you have Donald Trump coming down the escalator, and then you have a complete meltdown from Ron DeSantis with his launch. Like, and I mean, does DeSantis know how to campaign like Trump? I mean, he's probably going to have big super PACs and donors because, the elites in D.C. definitely don't want Trump in there because they want to keep their shenanigans going. But, because you had Elon Musk get 3 million with the BBC interview, and Ron DeSantis can't even get 460,000. It crashes. I'm not saying he's expected to get millions of views, but the fact that he only got that and it crashed 20 minutes in, people weren't even able to hear it. Weird sounds are going on. It was just a weird thing.
The echo. That's just like, oh, that's just so bad. We get the echo. And you're like, dude, just stop this. Do a rally. Do something that is better than a Twitter space.
And I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. And honestly, if I was a Floridian, I would be like, yo, let's have Donald Trump's president, Ron DeSantis. That's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Because who's going to be your governor? You going to take a chance of not having a governor you want? Like,
yeah,
that's going to be ridiculous.
Because DeSantis is proving himself. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not all in on DeSantis, but he hasn't done anything that really makes me go, that I'm questioning that. See, I'm a DeSantis fan, but not for now. DeSantis is like,
sit down, man.
Sit down, man. Wait your turn. This is not your time. Don't get destroyed now, and then go onto the field against the best player probably in the last 100 years in politics and get destroyed. It's not worth it. Let him crown you. Like when Donald Trump puts the crown, like takes off the crown, and say, "Hey, my 4 years is done." I pass it on to Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is in a shoo-in, and he gets all of MAGA. He gets all of Middle America. He gets all of the independents who want moderate. So his whole selling point, right, is that people are like, oh, he's going to be a little bit more moderate, and the people who don't like Trump will go for him. Well, he was going to get that, man, but he's also going to get MAGA.
So let's pretend for a second that like we know nothing about Trump, DeSantis. We're in the center, we're in the middle. Go to Donald Trump's website here. We're going to look here. He's got nice website here. You can see his mission. You can see the issues. We'll just click on the issues real quick and see what happens. So you can see he's got a drop down with everything and
fair trade for American
all
workers.
The great things, and we'll go over that in a second. But let's go look at Ron DeSantis' website. Like, what was this made on WordPress by a fourth grader? Like,
I can do better than that.
I mean, I know it's early, but man, where's the issues? It's like just one big scroll down page, like it's a Twitter. It looks like Twitter. Like this is literally how Twitter functions. And it's just not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't have the money, but still, like, where are the issues? If I'm an uninformed voter, like, where do
he just raised like $5 million in the last the day that he launched? He should have way more than that. He should at least have a website.
Yeah, I mean
that works.
Yeah, that actually shares your issues. I mean, what are we looking at here? So, Donald Trump, he's got the big ideas, bold ambitions, and daring dreams for America's future. And I want to show you our background. No man, no woman, no commie can stump this man.
Oh, yeah. It's a Trump train. Can't be stopped.
Yes, and he will stand strong against China. But first, I want to go over some Trump issues and see what we think. So, Micah, what's your favorite issue on this Axios article that we pulled up about Trump's 2025 vision revealed?
Oh, there's so many things I like in it. I like his trade, all of his trade agreements that he wants to do, as well as I am a huge fan of the fact that he is interested in doing all the different gender issues. Because we're currently in a weird place in America where a lot of different things are being pushed on kids. And I generally am of the mind of I don't care what you do in your own bedroom. Doesn't matter to me. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Whatever. But when you start pushing it on the kids that I'm going to be having in the future, I go like, no. My kids will not be raised in a school in which they're learning about gay rights or transsexuals or going to transsexual story hour.
Yeah.
And when they're 6 years old, that's not something my kids are going to do. I didn't have that. I feel so blessed that I was raised in the early 2000s and the late 90s, early 2000s
before stuff got woke.
Before stuff got woke. I grew up on Arthur, not on Drag Time Story Hour.
Yeah, one of my favorite things he wants to do is bring the DOJ to investigate the big pharma and all the hospital networks.
Oh yeah.
Because I really believe there's long-term side effects to this. I mean, do you really want to dilate your freaking vagina for every day as it's just insane that they're indoctrinating people and they think that's normal. Oh, this is natural, Micah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with that. See, I always go back and forth. I go like, do I approve it? Oftentimes I go like, I just don't want it to be around me or my family. But here's the thing that I actually do get super angered about. I don't want to pay for it. Yeah. 95% of them are paid for by taxpayer money. And I go like, whoa. I had the idea of, I'll let you kind of do what you want. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should be getting more involved saying, whoa, my taxpayer money is going to pay for your
You sound
gender.
like a Nazi, Micah.
Well, that's what they're trying to call me. Here, pull up the triangle. The triangle of extremism.
Yeah, we can do it. We follow on this map. I want to go ahead and pull up this little little segment we got here. So
Good transition into
the far right radicalization of Dark Biden.
Dark Brandon is wokeness.
Now, Mike, you might want to pull it up on your screen because we're not going to be able to pull it up here on this big screen.
Okay,
here.
perfect.
But we can go ahead and take a look at it. I mean, it's pretty wild. So, the Republican Party.
Yeah, so I'm MAGA. Like, I am a Make America Great Again guy.
Pro MAGA.
Yeah, and I'm on the second rung, and they're saying that one step up is Nazism. And I go like, what? Whoa.
Well, you know what's crazy? So, like, okay, going first, go to PragerU, and then Turning Point USA. So, great organizations. Honestly, PragerU, I started watching PragerU videos probably like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that number, but like Dennis Prager and all
Isn't
the people
he a Jewish man, right?
Yeah.
Jewish man, and he's right next to the Nazi party.
They have common sense with their arguments. It's not emotional based. Like, you know, the left, Dennis Prager says the best. Left is emotional. The right is logical.
Yeah.
Okay? And, you know, the left thinks that their character is okay and the idea of America sucks, and then the right thinks that the idea of America is great and their character is flawed.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is literally the most basic understanding of right and left. And then Turning Point USA. Like, how are they? They're literally just...
They're a
grassroots movement by Charlie Kirk, literally just pushing pro-God agendas and teaching people conservative values, things that we've taught for hundreds of years as the United States. So, like, how is this radical when what they're trying to do is radical? And then the last thing I want to add on this pyramid before I let you get your spiel out on it is there's a Nazi swastika up there in the third. You said you're one row away from it, but people don't understand. The National Socialists, the Workers' Party of Germany, is a left-wing ideology. Why is this right-wing? See, words don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they literally just throw words out because, oh, Nazis were bad. Nazis were bad. They killed people. Hitler, the final solution was terrible. Killed millions of Jews in gas chambers. And, this is getting bundled up into right-wing ideology when it's literally a socialist movement that Hitler wanted. Like,
it's a socialist movement where they turned all of the industry and nationalized it. That's not conservative at all. That's not right-wing at all. We want small government. That's the whole thing. We want an all local-based government, not nationalized. And so when they say MAGA is one step beneath Nazism, you're like, no, we're not. We're literally the opposite.
Well, I guess we're just terrorists. Just got to watch our back.
Oh, man.
It is extremely brutal these days. So, you know, not only do we get attacked when it comes to our political views as we get labeled as these alt-right, but now, because we don't accept the alphabet mafia, we're hate mongers.
Dude, I like the term alphabet mafia because they do go after you if you say anything that they don't agree with.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, there's less than 3 genders, maybe 2, they will lose their mind and try to cancel you.
Yeah.
So,
and then it's they don't understand the difference between love and acceptance, because I hear everyone sit there and say it's love and acceptance of everybody. Or love everybody, you should love everybody. But look, guys, there's a difference between love and acceptance, like 100%.
Yeah, and I hear that there's some pushback starting to happen. So what's going on with Twitter and Bud Light? What's been going on with that?
Twitter and Bud Light?
Twitter and Bud Light.
We're talking about Target today.
Target and Bud Light. Ah.
Oh, yeah, we went to Bud Light, or we went to Target to go get some Bud Light earlier.
Yeah, we did. And, oy vey.
No, we're sticking to American beer. Yingling actually posted, they had a post on the social media with that was had an American flag, so which is really good. But what I want to address here is this has actually been going on for a while, I guess. But Target gives money to be careful what I say. Target's giving their money to a LGBTQ group that urges schools to hide their gender from their parents.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I guess we don't believe in parental rights anymore, do we, Micah?
No, it's absolutely a travesty that they think that we will just take it. What do they think we're going to do? Go like, oh, yeah, of course. We're going to let you indoctrinate our kids with whatever you'd like, and we're not going to fight back?
So let's go ahead and read this real quick. So Target's donated $2.1 million to an LGBTQ advocacy group that's pressured school districts not to tell their parents if their children identify as another gender. The retail giant, which has been the subject of widespread boycott, after all the Pride stuff, and all that good stuff. This company a teacher group founded in 1990 with the aim of creating affirming learning environments for the LGBTQs. That sounds like grooming to me.
That does sound very not okay with me. I do not want my kids to be told, hey, don't tell your parents what's going on, but here's some gender ideology that will definitely not treat you right.
And let's address this first. Like, honestly, if you're an adult, you can do whatever you want. Now, my moral code says otherwise, but we're just going to speak to the general audience at the moment. Just leave the damn kids alone.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be an adult and do that and sin your life away and live a life of degeneracy, come at me, okay? But if you want to live your life as a degenerate, like, do it, okay?
Remember the song from Pink Floyd? Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone.
Yeah, seriously. Like, where the heck? We need to start playing Pink Floyd and Roger Waters everywhere.
Yeah. It's just leave the kids alone. Don't teach them the ridiculous ideology of the LGBT mafia, as you said earlier. And I'm starting to see a little bit of I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I pulled up here on Fox News that, and I quote, Target and Bud Light together have lost to the tune of a combined $28 billion because of this. Because people are just being like, no, we're not playing this game anymore. Yeah. I'm not going to drink the Bud Light, which is it's promoting whatever they're promoting, and Target, who is actively targeting kids. Target, which is actively targeting? I like it.
Yeah, no pun intended. No pun intended, guys.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I think it's even people that aren't even as based as us that are coming forward too. Just normal people that may not even have, a biblical worldview as we do.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not pro-human. Like, not at all. Like, nobody cares if you're gay. It's just, like, the overt displays of sexuality and then, like, going after kids. I mean, so in Florida, they had... Ron Desantis passed that bill where you can't have any sort of, like,
parental rights
sexual
act,
activity. No, it was sexual activity, any sort of, like, drag stuff. And then a bunch of pride shows started going down. You can't display in front of children. So they're literally all just displaying the sexual lewd acts in front of children. And it's like, well, what's happening? Like, why are you guys shutting down? Obviously, there's something you're going after children. Like, whether it's inadvertent, it's just crazy. I don't think they're like, oh, yeah, we want to go after children. They just think it's okay. Like, they just think it's okay to be overtly sexual with children.
I disagree with you on that one. I think they are actively going after your children. Yeah.
You think so?
I do think so. Why? Because if you normalize it, because if you can normalize it when you're a young age, then there's not going to be any pushback in the future. You know what I mean? So if you can get it to them young, there won't be any pushback.
Okay.
So I think that actually is a targeted attempt to try to push it to kids, so kids go like, oh yeah, this is normal. Transsexual activity is something that should be going on. This is part of our culture. So that's why I think they're going after the kids. So I do see a little bit more of a nefarious agenda behind it. Yeah.
It's a hot take, Micah.
I know, very hot take. That's why we're the Based Boys.
Last thing I want to cover here in our short segment today, in this amazing episode of the first Based Boys podcast, I want to go to a Matt Baker. Now, for you those that don't know who Matt Baker is, Matt Baker's like the new Alex Jones. Okay, he's kind of loud like Alex Jones. He makes a riot, but I'm not really going to cover him. I just wanted to share because he's an awesome dude. But anyways, so there's Ethan Schmidt. This guy actually got banned from Target a year ago. And he's actually been speaking out this. Now, he is super based. Like, honestly, I don't even think we could get close to his level of how based he is.
Not yet, but we're close.
We're going to try. We're going to try. So, Ethan, my man, Schmidt.
More consumers. We're going to try to get the insert. Because Alex Jones says that there is no insert. There's nothing on it. So...
Based.
It's disgusting. That's devil worship. That's devil worship. That's devil worship.
I'm gonna
like a
go
$10 sign. Yeah, I got that.
End it.
More consumers.
Man, I'm gonna shoot out a really based view for you, Micah.
What's your based view?
That's not that bad. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it. I wouldn't do that. But leftists are freaking out over people like this. They're like, these hateful, evil, detrimental people they are to society. They're just evil and doing so much damage to Target. Look at them. Just look at them. Do you remember 2020?
I do remember 2020.
175 targets, billions of dollars worth of damage. That was a rough number, but billions of dollars worth of damage in Targets in 2020. Looting and rioting. I mean, we could pull the videos. I don't even want to see it because I've just been so drowned out.
But they're mostly
videos.
peaceful protests.
Yeah, mostly fiery, but mostly
Mostly
peaceful.
peaceful.
Yeah. So, I mean, what a double standard. I mean, this is just one of the many double standards that we see here in the media with the Democrats and just the leftist crowd. I mean, they can go riot and loot these. You have Maxine Waters tell people to go to the streets, but God forbid, one guy, maybe a few other people were causing some scenes.
I'm actually going to say hero. What he's doing there is actually heroic. Let's say there is an ideology that's hurting people. Is it heroic or is it disagreeable that he's stepping up and saying, hey, this is wrong. This is... Okay, let me give you a different example. What did Jesus do when he saw money changers in the temple? He fashioned a whip and flipped over all the tables and started whipping people, saying, "This not in my Father's house." He also says it's better that people tie a millstone around their neck and throw themselves into the ocean than let the children than lead children astray. Yeah. And so exactly. I'm kind of with this dude. I'm going to go as far as saying hero.
The question is how do you fix the division? Because Christ said, "A house divided amongst itself shall not stand." Like how do we go about solving this issue? I really just think the left is just so lost in everything that's going on. I don't really know how to solve any of it.
That's a good question there, because how do we coexist with people who have this far of an ideology different from us? How do we bridge the gap, so to speak? Is it possible? Because I won't let my kids be around the Target type ideologies, because my kids won't be doing that. My kids are going to be raised in a Christian household. My kids are going to be taught the Word of God.
Well, that's why we at Base Boys are trying to buy land, build families, have kids, and be sustainable, live off the land and homestead, and just do what we can to break ourselves from the institutions. I'm not a fan of a parallel economy because I want to be able to exist with everybody else, but I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do. So, Micah, with that, man, I think that was a great first episode. We're going to share our most base views.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching on this very first episode, and we can't wait to see you guys back again.
We have been the Base Boys, and we thank you for watching.